entitled person wants me to leave because I look like Santa. So, I am homeless, no, I don't drink, and no, I don't do drugs. I am trying to get a job, but finding employment when homeless is not an easy task. I need to get out of the way. Every few days, I take a trip to the library to charge my phone and batteries so I can keep my phone on and working. I typically spend 3 to 4 hours in a quiet corner of the library glued to the power outlet charging. Today, I had a cute, then frustrating interaction between a little kid and its parent. I walked through the sliding doors of the library and wandered around looking for an open chair near an outlet to sit and charge. I heard this little voice shout out in excitement and glee, "Santa," and pitter-patters of little boots running over to me. Now, I get it. I really do. A big bearded man dressed in red, with big black bags and an oversized backpack strapped over his shoulders. Any little kid would easily mistake me for the big jolly man. The kid stopped dead in front of me. She was clenching her fists tight, trembling in excitement. She couldn't have been more than 4 years old. She looked up at me, her eyes opened wide, and uttered the word, "Hi, Santa." That made me smile, and I laughed. Her mother came running over, scooped her child up, and said sorry to me, walked away, and told her kid that's not Santa. The entire interaction put a smile on my face, but here's where it went downhill. I found an open seat and plugged in to charge and do my thing. The little kid and her parent were on the other side of the library, but the kid was still brimming with excitement. I could see her head poke out of the bookshelf, staring at me every so often. That went on for about half an hour, until, I guess, the mother couldn't handle her child anymore, and she came over to me. She asked me to leave and find a different spot because I am distracting her daughter. I said, "Hey, I'm sorry, but this is the only open space with an outlet. I need to charge my stuff." She very sarcastically said, "Oh, why's that?" I replied, "Because I don't have one. I am homeless." I thought that was the end of it because her face went red, and she walked away. But no, she came back. She went up to the front desk to ask if there are any outlets outside and if it's okay for me to use them. Seriously, she said that the library is okay with me using the outlet outside to charge, so I can go out there. I asked her, "So you don't want me in the library, a public institution, to charge? You would rather me sit outside in the cold just because your kid thinks I'm Santa? Really, that's it?" I looked at her and said, "Well, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas to you. I'm going to stay right here until my batteries are charged." The lady went to the front desk, and I listened in because I figured I'm screwed. I'm getting kicked out. She asked them to tell me to leave. They said they can't unless I'm intentionally making a disturbance, being violent, or threatening. I have been here before. I keep to myself and don't bother anyone. So yeah, I was there for 4 hours. I didn't move or get kicked out. My things are charged and good for the next few days. Honestly, not the worst interaction I have ever experienced. At least she was somewhat polite. Edit. I don't think she was being malicious at all. I think in her mind she was doing a good deed. From the comments, what a b-lol. A homeless guy that is quiet, sober, and looks like Santa. Yes please. The ones near me are a nightmare. When I was homeless I got a super cheap gym membership just for the showers, toiletries, razors, etc. to keep myself looking presentable. I highly recommend. Good luck getting back on your feet. OP, I want a gym membership but can't afford it. I get a shower every few days. A friend of mine works at a motel. They let me shower up and do laundry. Ex-brother-in-law thinks he deserves free house. Backstory: I'm 30 male and my girlfriend is 29 female. Her grandfather owned a company and had done fairly well for himself, so when my girlfriend's older sisters turned 30 he bought 2 houses to let them stay there rent-free on the condition they save their money and buy the house off him and the company. Planning to do the same for my girlfriend and younger sister when they turned 30. First sister was able to save up and buy the house with her husband. Now for the second house, enter ex-brother-in-law 37 male. Ex-brother-in-law, now thinking he is getting a free ride, decides to take out a bunch of loans and open a gym while being supported by sister-in-law. She has a well-paying job. They live rent-free for 4 years while his gym just bleeds money. It was only open Monday to Thursday 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. because he liked his free time. After 4 years, grandfather asks for them to either buy the house or start paying rent. Since they couldn't afford the house, they rented out the basement for $1,300 a month while only paying $1,000 in rent, pocketing $300 a month on a property they don't own. Well, sadly last year my girlfriend's grandfather passed away, so the company and his assets were liquidated and sold. This included the house. Sister-in-law and ex-brother-in-law were giving first chance to buy the house but couldn't afford it due to all the debt. Now it just so happened my girlfriend and I were looking to buy and we thought what a great opportunity. We even offered to rent to them for under market value so they wouldn't have to move and we would live in the basement. My girlfriend's father even offered them $900 a month for the first year to help with bills and rent since the free ride was ending and they weren't prepared. Well, that wasn't good enough for my ex-brother-in-law. He started demanding and threatening they should just get the house. Remember, this is not even his family but his wife's. Sister-in-law is tired of supporting him and his tantrums leaves him. She understood the situation and was grateful the whole time. Only mistake was her trying to support her husband's dream. Not feeling comfortable, she moves out. Come time for us to take possession, we give him plenty of opportunity and months notice to leave before we move in. On move-in day, he is still there throwing stuff into the back of his truck. He screams at us for stealing his house while demanding he keeps a key for the garage because that is his storage. We changed locks right after he left. Once he was off the property, we realized he had left the place a disaster, including tons of garbage and belongings scattered everywhere. For months after, he kept threatening us for all we did to him. Trying to be the bigger man, I offered to store his stuff for 2 months while he finds a more suitable place. I should have never have done this but was also trying to help sister-in-law during divorce as some of the stuff was hers. When he finally came to get his belongings, he refused to take his trailer loaded up with his stuff and will sue us if I move it off the property. Fast forward, we got all the belongings settled. But now he trying to sue his ex-wife, the estate, and us for the house, or at least $50,000 for all the upgrades he put into the house while living there 6 years rent-free. Mind you, no upgrades were actually done, just half demolished projects. It cost us another $20,000 on top of the sale just to finish everything he destroyed: kitchen, bathroom, deck, etc. None of these projects were asked to be done by the grandfather, he just wanted them for himself. From the comments, he's too broke to sue you. Have the junk hauled off your property. Lawyers are expensive. It's not his property and he doesn't live there anymore. I'm not exactly sure, check local laws, but I'm fairly certain you can just have it hauled away. We resolved the belongings and we moved everything to the sister-in-law place since they have to sort it all in the divorce anyway. His parents are footing the divorce and lawsuit bill for him because his mother is also a narcissist. It took a while for the sister-in-law to realize he was a narcissist because he was good at masking and not biting the hand that feeds until things finally didn't go his way. Update: to answer some questions people may have. The reason we were so hospitable in the beginning was because sister-in-law and ex-brother-in-law have kids together, niece and nephew, amazing kids who we were hoping to spare the trouble of moving or drama. Sadly, that did not happen. The grandfather's estate went only to his direct kids, no grandchildren inherited anything. We bought the house at full market value minus a realtor fee. The sister-in-law did not get anything from the sale of house. Ex-brother-in-law actually made some pretty disgusting comments such as, "I didn't expect him to die." Why does that mean we have to move? Just because the other grandkids didn't get anything doesn't mean you can take what's mine, and he's gone now, we should just have it. Remember, not even his family, his wife's. He had to declare bankruptcy due to the gym and is trying to drag sister-in-law down with him. His parents are paying for the divorce lawyer, and he is trying to use the divorce to get the house or $50,000. We are pretty sure he is just trying to intimidate everyone for a payout. We have plenty of photographic proof of everything, an inspection report when purchasing house. Also photos of his ridiculous claims, example charging himself $50 an hour in labor, etc.